Okay, we're live on YouTube. So, let me introduce ourselves. I'm Ju Gosling, also known as the artist Ju90. I'm artistic director of Together 2012, who are bringing you the Together 2020 Disability Film Festival today. Just to give you a little bit of audio description, I'm a white woman with light olive skin, green eyes with huge bags under them at this point in the festival, black plastic glasses, black wrist braces, black long sleeve top, silver coloured jewellery, and a red, really pound shop pork pie hat. Behind me, you can see a bit of the Together graffiti banner. You can see some Christmas decorations and a little rainbow themed Christmas tree. We have our sign language interpreter, Chris Burrow. You will be able to see the BSL interpretation in full if you're on Zoom and switch to gallery view. The BSL interpretation will also be on the recording of this event, which will be released tomorrow. We have closed captions by Global Real Time Captioning. You can access those on the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and you can also access the closed captions if you're watching on YouTube. And finally, before we start, a huge thanks to the Arts Council England, National Lottery Community Fund, and National Lottery Emergency Fund for supporting the festival. Now I have the huge pleasure of introducing Shadowlight Artists. Shadowlight Artists are supported by Film Oxford under the leadership of Richard Duriez, and you have been coming to our festival, I think, for at least 5 years. Not every year, but when you've had films to show, you've shown the films, you've come and supported the festival, you've spoken at events. We had the great privilege of sharing a table with you when we were both nominated for the National Diversity Awards, and I remember going to Liverpool with Danny and Richard. So it wouldn't be a festival without you. And because we do have you, it's what makes it really a continuation and an expansion of our usual festival and not something different. So it's just wonderful to see all of your faces. Now, Richard is going to introduce the presentation. It's based on the Luminous exhibition, and we have had the great pleasure of premiering the digital version of this exhibition, which opened along with our other three exhibitions in mid-November. But we thought it most appropriate to celebrate this exhibition at the film festival, because although many of the films we've seen about Shadowlight Artists have been about their non-film based work, it's film that really ties everything together. So Richard is going to tell us more about the Luminous exhibition and introduce the different artists and the film components. Bear with me, I'm very tired and I'm going to have to press some buttons to get people in and out. So there will be a few little pauses. Also, of course, for social distancing reasons, all of our artists from Oxford are in different places. So we're going to have a bit of running around between rooms if they have some technical difficulties. So, Richard, without further ado, it's lovely to see you. Welcome. Tell us about Luminous.
Thanks, Ju. That's great. Thank you for that introduction. That was really wonderful. Yes, so the Shadowlight Artists have been going. Mostly you can see on screen have been part of the this organisation, Shadowlight Artists, since about 2009 when the group was formed. Some people have joined in the meantime, like Wendy and Tom, and some people have left because they've moved out of the area. But quite a few people have been involved for quite a number of years. This, I think, is our fifth sort of large exhibition. And the group started this in last year, the second half of last year. We didn't plan for anything things that happened this year. So in March, at the end of March, beginning of April, we had to quickly rejig everything so that it could actually happen. And that involved working at a distance, using all sorts of different methods depending on people's whether they had computers or Wi-Fi or anything like that. Some people did Skype, some people did telephone, some people used the post. What we have done is we documented some of that in one of the documentaries, and that's the one I suggest we're going to show first. I think what we agreed is we'd show 3 films, and then have a discussion regarding those, and then at about 1:30 show, well, maybe 25 to show the other 4. It's going to be mostly films, I think, and some little bit of discussion, because I think we've got about half an hour of films.
Lovely.
Okay, so shall I kick off then with Luminous in Lockdown, followed by Portraits, which was filmed before lockdown, so there's no masks in that, and also Danny's film Flashback, which is filmed outside during lockdown, so he hasn't got a mask on either. Okay.
And do you want to tell us any more about them, or will that be self-explanatory and we'll talk afterwards?
I think it's self-explanatory. I'm going to play Luminous first. Luminous in Lockdown first, which is a documentary. So hopefully explain the whole better than I can of what Luminous is. Then we'll show Portraits, which is the film made just before lockdown. It's a fun costume piece, art piece. And then Danny's is a dance for camera piece. It changed dramatically from what he's originally going to do, but it's still a really good piece. So you'll see it's just unfortunately lockdown changed what he was going to do, but it's still great. Okay, right. Let me see if I can have a go at sharing this. And QuickTime Play.
Right, Richard.
Yep.
When it started, it's fine. Everybody was here to help me. Then the lockdown is just, oh my god, just my project and it's lockdown. You had to wait like days or weeks or months. You had to work out what to do.
I like that piece. Yeah, I thought more colourful. Every time I think it's a bit more colourful, let me think about side of it every time I can think about them.
I feel like you're sitting next to me when I've got your paintings with me.
I like that bit, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're there with me, and I recognise you in every mark and every bit of pattern making.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
I quite like it, actually. I like it. Helps your mind fresh, a lot more concentrate.
I found it very difficult, particularly at the start in March and April. They were the worst. But we still managed to get out for walks on the cycle rides.
If it weren't for those Skyping sessions, I wouldn't have known what to do when. So I wouldn't have been able to do it alone. We would chat on Skype, then drew whatever we needed for the project, and then sent them via the posting. And it took about a week or two to get there.
Okay, Lucy, so obviously we've had a bit of a change of plan because of what's been happening with the virus.
I think it changed my life. I just felt felt more strong.
The ideas of the film would have probably still been similar, but the biggest difference was that it wasn't in person.
We were not able to do as much of the filming, so it's more of photography.
I don't know if we're supposed to have nose bags on it.
And it changed a lot, yeah.
I live all my shadowlighting a little bit. I mean, my work a little bit.
Yeah.
But if more important is my art. To stay focused what I am.
COVID has made things that were fun and enjoyable bland, basic and boring.
It's made me feel not so happy that I missed doing the original plans, and I hope we'll be able to do them in the future when it's all gone.
I miss my 7 o'clock club. We can't go there because social distance, and we can't be in the bubble. We're like hanging about, sitting down and with my friends.
Yeah, right now. It's just a car. The whole lockdown.
Yeah.
Because the lockdown's connected until the lockdown is gone. Yeah.
I have spoken to some people from Film Oxford. Some of the people have been in touch, but then hadn't been in the mood to talk to pretty much anyone.
A girl called Wendy, I got to. I was so happy to talk to her. Made me feel special again. It's nice to hear a nice friendly voice from her.
I think with social distancing, I think even before COVID, basic personal space still applied. I prefer to distance myself from people by choice, not being forced to distance from my friends and family, and that is what's unacceptable.
How's it been having to work on Skype all the time?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Even when if COVID's ever gone, either way, even if that's gone, prejudice and the rich-poor divide and capitalism, corruption, they won't be gone, they'll still be here.
I think the other lockdown, I'm being so very excited. So, hello guys, hello workmates. It's me, Danny, and I can't wait to see you guys.
That's strange. And surprising too, that given the circumstances, things have still happened.
I'll jump straight into the next one. Oops.
And while Richard's doing that, I'd just like to say, everybody, how much I enjoyed that and also how much I could relate to it.
Right, I'm going to share the portraits film now, which is only about 3 minutes.
And
Okay.
again, I did enjoy that.
I'm going to share the last one now, which is Danny's dance
Okay.
film. Dance film. Okay, Ju, I think we've got about 10 minutes then before we start the second batch then. So if you want to ask any questions to any...
Are there people we'd like to get on the screen in particular from those films? Shall I bring in Danny, for example?
Yeah, Danny, I think would be a good one to start with, yeah. So Danny, press your space bar so you can talk.
Hello.
Hi, Danny, great to see you.
Hi.
I think, Richard, you're probably best asking the questions.
Okay. So Danny, do you want to tell the audience about your film and why you wanted to make it and what it's about?
Well, my film, I pick it if it's about my dream. It's a based on a remember of a little boy. I used to live in Rutherford. All my history.
Near
Why I'm
Romford.
making how of my chance bit. That's why I like to make a biography about my life. Really.
I loved it. I loved the photographs and the pose and the way that you took the poses from the photographs and turned them into dance moves.
Yes, Danny, I know, as I say, the film changed originally. It was going to be in a studio setting, but I think you managed to turn things around by shooting it outside and come up with a really good piece. Do you want to tell the group about some of the meaning behind some of those dance moves that you were doing?
Yeah, some of it about my strong feelings with one of my I it's all my feelings inside of me. I get feel angry or bad mood or people who were low and picking on me. That's why I made the whole bit of my strongest feelings. I'm very good at dancing, but my feelings like people up setting me. That's
So
why
some really, so a very detailed, kind of deep story there.
Yeah. But it's like I think it's like when people come up to me, say, "How come we can't talk?" I'm like, don't go up to me now. I've got a little sugar, and if you don't like it, and leave me alone.
It's a very powerful film. How did you choose the music?
I do see background music. It says I actually think I actually pick it. It's more like gentle music. I think it might be on YouTube.
Actually, Danny, I don't know if you remember, we had the music first because
Yeah.
you danced to it while you were at. So we had it playing, so you danced to the music. Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it music you felt that it was like that it told the story of those issues for you, that it was about your life, it was about your feelings?
Yeah. Because some music can be a bit emotional and wrong if I actually pick it.
And given that you had to film it after COVID, which I'm very impressed by, were you able to be in the same space? I mean, Richard might be able to help with answering this too about editing, because usually you would be sitting in the same room, and that must have been impossible.
What happened there was, and a lot of the pieces were like that because most of them were edited after COVID. Was they were sent files for them to look at, rough cuts and approved cuts. That's kind of how it worked.
Yeah.
I think you actually you were happy with the first cut, weren't you, Danny? You really liked it, yeah.
I was happy, yeah.
Just a few changes, I think you wanted, wasn't it?
It seemed to me, Danny, you had a really strong idea about the dance, and you had a really strong idea about what you wanted to say, and it came across so strongly that actually probably there wasn't a lot that anybody could really interfere with in the editing, because it was so much your concept right at the heart of it. So should we move on and talk a little bit about the documentary?
Yeah, I was wondering for that whether you might want to. So if you put your take your finger off, Danny, and maybe if we talk to Mark.
Okay,
because
so
Mark,
I'm just going to take a moment to bring Mark in. And of course, I recognise Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi, yes, I came a couple of years ago. We came to the festival.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's wonderful to have you here virtually. It makes it just like the other festivals to be able to see you all.
Yes.
So I was very interested to see you in the documentary, but I don't know, Richard, if there's particular things you'd like to ask Mark about.
well, Mark probably was one of the ones whose production was affected the most, because his original plan was to travel all around the country taking photographs, and he didn't have a camera. He didn't have an edit suite. He didn't have a computer. It was very difficult. So I wondered if Mark, if you could just tell this, because you really got your pieces together quite quickly in October, really. Do you want to tell everyone about that?
Yes, I had to get all my photos together really quick. Helped my film mentor John Blythe helped me get them together really quickly. The moon, sunset, and flower grids, especially the moon grids and the exhibition. And
because you like to do very, very detailed, thoughtful work with your photography. I remember that.
Yes.
But presumably as well, you, again, like Danny, you had such a strong idea that then it all came together.
Yes.
And are you pleased with the work?
Yes, I'm very pleased with it, thanks. I like flowers and sunsets, because some of those in Danny's video, that woodland made my own. So it's insects on the flowers. Yes, a flashback to summer when the weather was a lot better, because he planted all the different seasons, and because the lockdown has limited to what I can get out and do with the lockdown. But I'm hoping it will be better next year when it's all over.
Yeah, well, we're certainly all hoping that, but I think
Yeah.
it's still a very impressive body of work. And one of the
Yes,
things that
enjoy it.
always impresses me about the whole Shadowlight Artists collective is you've all got such different. You're all so different. You do different things. You've got different interests. You've got different practices, but you also work really well together as a group. And you have all this crossover, appearing in each other's films and contributing work. And was there anything else that I should or you would like to ask Mark before we move on, Richard?
Um, uh, yeah. I think I was just wondering, Mark, because now you're now in a bit of a better position, aren't you? In some ways, lockdown has actually enabled you, got more equipment now. So how do you feel now this has affected your independence? Now you have a camera and and a computer to work with.
Yes, I feel it become made it a bit easier. Yes,
And you're
I just got to have my new camera recently, right, just a couple of months ago. A new, a better quality camera, and that's helped me a lot get clearer photos of everything. Because especially my son, some of those photos that I showed on the lockdown video, like those mushrooms ones and on the moon ones that I was editing on it.
Funnily enough, on the first
Yeah.
day of the film festival on Thursday afternoon, we had a broadcast correspondent, Jay Hurst, talk to us about filming in the age of COVID, and he was saying really the same as you, that he'd left the office quickly. The office would usually hold his camera, and then he was left with having to do these broadcast reports and eventually turn to his mobile phone. So I think even people working commercially had really similar problems about being separated from their cameras. But I know all of you as artists have got practices that, you're very much kind of mid-career in a way, aren't you? You've got very thoughtful work. You've got years and years and years of work that you've built on. We've been able to follow your progress as artists through the films. Shall we move on and see the next film so that we've got an opportunity to talk a bit more afterwards? But it's lovely to talk to you, Mark. I could talk to all of you for hours.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, what I was going to suggest, so that we don't run out of time. Yeah, if you turn off, take your finger off the button. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you rather than the danger of us running out of time, is if I show the next four, which are all shorter ones. So we're going to show Wendy's film. Little warning, there is some fruity language. We're going to show Tom's animation, which is got some mild sexual references in it. We're going to show Lucy's film, which is a documentation of how she made her installation, which is called Blue Didcot A Power Station, which is currently installed at Modern Art Oxford. So the exhibition, I should mention, the exhibition's open at the two galleries, Modern Art Oxford and Old Fire Station, until the 23rd of December. Details you can find via the Shadowlight Artists website or the galleries' websites. And there's one Richard Hunt's video, which is called Songs of the Sea, which is again very changed from original, but he did plan to start with a song, and luckily it was recorded in February. So Richard's just worked on a huge body of paintings. So we'll see about that. Okay, so I'll play those ones now. Okay, so.
Just while Richard's putting that on, I just wanted to say to everybody again, Shadowlight Artists are the only artists I think who've contributed to this festival that haven't just produced work at home or work on Zoom, that somehow you found ways to use more traditional methods, but still be safe. And I think Danny's doing the dance outside is a really great example of that.
Right, I'll start with Wendy's film next, which was luckily shot all before lockdown.
Joy.
Hello. Okay, but all the rest of it happened afterwards. Okay.
Thank you.
Loud noise is so annoying in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I get bloody grumpy. I was fast asleep and someone woke me up next door doing DIY outside doing the shed. Like 8:30 in the morning, and it's my day off and they're doing that time. Oh my god. Noisy people on the bus are so annoying me. Someone on the bus like, hello, yeah, I'm at County Centre, blah blah blah. And I said to myself, I don't want to bloody hear that. And I said to the lady next to me, yeah, no, why do you want to know that? Some people at work annoy me what they're not doing properly. I'm a cleaner at work. When I mop, some people walk over and leave footprint marks and I'd mop again. Went to the bus stop before, put my hand out, asked running, he couldn't see me, but he did see me and he just dried off. You bastard. Toilets. I hate to clean the toilets, but I have to. Sometimes they don't actually flush the toilet properly. I was having a little fuss in the bloody toilet, it's rank. I was doing a little picking and I found weird things like bottled wine, dirty clothes, dirty shoes. I found one shoe and a dirty pants. Oh, that's disgusting. I had to use tongs. When I went to the toilet, I found a big, massive spider and I walked in like, give me the chills. He was massive. Oh, it was whole black and he was big. Oh, I hate spiders. Oh. At work, some people put the paper cups in the bin and then empty it when they finish. When I take the bag out and it's leaking everywhere. Queues are so annoying me. Oh, I went to the shop to Primark and it was a massive queue and there's only 2 people on the till and I said to myself, are you bloody kidding me? It's annoying me all the time. Queue, bloody queue. My dog Dylan is so annoying. He keeps farting now and again at night and it's just disgusting, the smell. Oh, that stink, dude, disgusting sod. Oh, it's disgusting, that's just, oh. So I put my nose into my pillow. That's disgusting, dirty sod. He stares at me while I'm eating. He's like looking at me like I'm not being bloody fed. He's just watching me like a puppy look. I'm like, no, Dylan, I'm not giving you food. No. My nephew's so annoying me. He keeps spraying my perfume. Please don't spray my perfume. The smell is really strong. Do you know what? It smells like a bloody knocking shop. Oh, Mama, don't say that to me.
Okay, try and jump in with the next one.
And while Richard's doing that, can I just say how very much I enjoyed that, and I'm sure other people did as well. I just love the whole thing, and again, I think it's so much more sophisticated than what you were doing, say 5 or 6 years ago. It's just wonderful to see that journey as well. All of the acting, the performance, the drawings, yeah, just excellent.
And this is this is Tom's second animation, and this I think is a big progression from his last one as well. So I'll press play on that.
So, what are you going to wear to prom? I haven't thought that much about it, to be honest. Did you hear he got suspended again? Hey! Aw, thanks. What the? Hey! Oh, shit.
Stop! Right! Oi, you!
Get him! What the hell happened there? Ow, that hurts! Ow! 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 Ah! Ow! Oh. Ow.
Okay, and the next one I'm going to show is Richard Hunt's, and then we'll show Lucy's.
And while Richard's doing that again, let me say how much I enjoyed that. And yeah, I thought the animation was excellent and very, very enjoyable and engaging. I think one of the things I can always tell is the amount of fine art that's buried within the film. And it just gives it a depth, I think, and a meaning that some of the other animations and things don't have.
Okay, I'm going to play Richard Hunt's Songs of the Sea. It should be.
Like to give it away. When you see the body jumps in, when the boat come on in, there's a yes and wave. So well, didn't I?
You've been practicing, haven't you?
Maybe some more. what I used to. Because last time it was a bit like lower. This time when after I get the lower voice, I go higher and it makes me feel perfect. Every single music, juggle things off. I go higher afterwards. These are flames of a tree over the light of the screens, over the flying monkeys of the birds, over the sky when they are singing, over the flying frogs, clouds of the drums, birds who are singing over the frogs on the paths. The ashes of diamond, across the sea of light, hurrying, blowing with knock ever you see, rising the ocean, the diamonds, and the maze in the cave when the sun's so bright. I see a bird wings are singing over the cave. The birds are glowing over the ocean of the bird, where we are singing, crossing the light of the spray, over these streams of light, power of light, where we are singing over between Richard and Sarah. She is a verse of the singing. Over she goes. It away, light and give it away. When you see the body comes in, when the boat come on in.
And so, just the last but not least, Lucy Scoose. And
Hello, Jack.
hello there, hello Lucy. I'm going to play your film now.
I've got my microphone, right? Okay.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, great to see you, Lucy. Really looking forward to this.
Enjoy. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I've shared the wrong thing there. Hang on a minute. Share screen.
Oh, I know that one.
There we go. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Enjoy.
We're talking about monitor. Yeah, well, we've got a plan for the monitors, Lucy. There'll be a switch in there. Okay.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Okay. That's it. More. That's it. Keep going.
Oh, brilliant.
That's it. Perfect.
Lovely.
There we go.
Wow, thank you. Wow, thank you. Too long. That's great. All good, yeah? Thank you.
Okay, Lucy. So obviously we've had a bit of a change of plan because of what's been happening with the virus.
Wow, that's not good. That's not good. You guys, I'm not in the guy there.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a card. Wow, that's good.
These are the kits for the pylons.
How's it going to hunt up?
So can you see the bits we've made? Done that. I'm now doing this one. I'm going to start marking it. I don't know how to cut this yet, Lucy. I need to find out how to cut it.
Right now,
You see those? So we're doing really quite well on your project, especially seeing as we've been, lockdown happened right in the middle. We've still managed to do it. So I think you should be proud of that.
Yeah.
What we do need to do is think about your soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like the 50 hertz hum. There's the various sounds of the engine. Yes.
I'm from the engine shed.
I think the engine shed, Lucy, needs to go up here.
Up here.
Right, okay.
Right.
Off. Top. Okay? Look.
Okay, well, sadly, I've just realised we've gone. Well done, Lucy. That was brilliant. we've only got 2 minutes, which isn't.
Well, we might manage to stretch it a little bit more.
Oh, thank you.
Lucy, while Richard is just changing things over, I'd like to say how impressed I am by how hands-on you are. I don't know how many of the kind of, well, they're not at all young now because they're my generation and older, but the young British artists just have an idea and send it off and get somebody else to make it. And you're just so hands-on. And that's exactly what I would want to do. You know, and it's exactly how I am. I don't have the kind of technician support that you've got, but yeah, I really like to be in control. But it is so funny that you see these things at the Tate and they've had absolutely nothing to do with it other than a sketch, and you're just there every single stage. And again, I think Film Oxford have been quite unique in my experience of commissioning this festival in being able to facilitate working, not just doing things on Zoom. You know, I think it's been really impressive. Now, is there anybody else you wanted to bring in, Richard?
Yeah. Well, it's difficult to sort of choose, but I was going to suggest Wendy because it's her first solo production, and we might want to ask her what she felt about that. How it was working on that. So I don't know if you're able to. I know she says
at the moment I can't see Wendy on the.
She's got the red hair. Got a thumbs up at the moment.
Oh, I see you. I can see you. Brilliant.
Yeah, her name is quite right. I don't know what happened there.
It was the red hair that I needed.
No, Lucy. Well, it's supposed to be pink, but it's just red or whatever what colour. I don't mind.
It looks lovely. I'm a big.
I used to be blonde, but I can't. Try not bother to have a blonde one.
Lucy, sorry, Wendy. Do you want to just tell us about? This is your first project. So how did you solo project? How did you find it, especially as we had lockdown in the middle? How was it?
Oh God, it was terrible. It was my first project, and then it's it's lockdown, and I got stressed because I've got autism, and I want to. It's just yeah.
Well, I thought it was great, and it
Thank
really
you.
made me laugh as well.
Yes. Sorry about my language.
No, I mean, one of the things that we always say is this is an adult film festival. We're disabled people, we're not children. And I think in lockdown, it's been even more important. So I think we've had a naughtier, feistier programme this year than we ever have done, but also quite deliberately. Yeah, I really, really loved the piece. And I thought it was very relatable. And I loved the way there was kind of, and another thing, you know, it's like me when I get on a rant. Well, in the old days when I used to be able to go out and about and you'd get stuck in traffic with your support worker and you go, and there's this and there's this and there's this. I just thought it really kind of lifted it, having that bit of extra length in it. I really loved it.
Someone's really true. It's like I'm in any shop here in the queue, and there's two people that, oh God, I went to shops last time, and he said, "This is the queue." I said, "Yes." Oh my God, it's a massive queue, and then look, just two people on the till. I went to live it last week. I said, "This is a queue," and then people said, "Yeah," and it's like two people.
And I think that's the thing. You picked up all these things that annoy everybody.
Yeah.
And put them into one list, and then it was really nicely acted, and I loved the animation.
Thank you.
So we have just got a couple of minutes to finish off. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Richard? I mean, I know that this was going to be originally a physical exhibition, then it became partly digital, then the physical was postponed and we premiered the digital element, but you've managed to get back into physical venues, and it's actually going to run up to Christmas now.
That's right. Yeah. So on Friday, all the artists came to the galleries. We had, in a social distance way, and we got everyone to have a look around. Yeah, including you, Lucy. You had a good chance to see your piece in the gallery, didn't you? We got it working eventually. It's.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question now?
Go on then. A quick question. Yeah.
Yeah. My calculation is turned off. Can you ask something to reset my calculation back on into my installation after more assistant and getting turned on again?
Okay, I'll ask him later. We'll talk later, Lucy. Don't worry.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Some of you I can see on the screen and some I can't. So forgive me if I miss a name. But thank you to Mark, Danny, Richard, Lucy, Tom, Wendy, of course, and
Richard, yeah.
And I said,
said
actually,
Richard.
that was the other Richard that I meant. And of
Yeah.
course, not forgetting Richard Durier from Film Oxford. It's just been great to see you all. I'd love to chat for hours. Maybe we can sort something out on Zoom next year. I'm going to enjoy looking at the exhibition again. I can really recommend it. There's a special event page on our website called Luminous, and that's where you'll be able to find it. There will also be the recording of this with the BSL included up on the website on the event page tomorrow. We're back at 4:15 to access the stream. We are having continuing sound problems on some devices. So there is a Zoom link, which is on the programme, www.together2012.org.uk. Follow that Zoom link and you will pop in to the live stream, which will be starting again at 4:15. So thanks again to our very wonderful access support workers, Chris Burrow from Burrow Interpreting, and Julia from Global Real-Time Captioning. Thanks again to our funders, Arts Council England and National Lottery. But yeah, thanks most of all to the Shadowlight Artists. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.